Hello there, today we're going to give you an honest review of Root, the board game for PC, and I'll show you what this game is like. This is actually a surprisingly good game. For me, the only downfall to this game really is the characters, as the little childish little woodland creature vibe that's going on with the game. And that's not much of a thing, that's just a pet peeve, and it's okay. And the music is pretty catchy too, right? That's pretty good. And the other little thing is, it's not really much of a major thing, but the victory points for the victory is quite small, just 30. Makes the game short, and you can't change that, which would be really nice to do. Let's tell you more about this game right now. This game has a couple of expansions going on for it. It has 4 different expansions, and so that adds more factions and more maps. So it's just not playing the single board and the old style board game. And each of these factions have their own different play style for them too. They all play differently, so you're not going to get bored of just playing the same game over and over again, like Risk or something like that. Each of these factions in here play differently than the other, and the tutorial is very easy to understand, very easy to learn this game, which is kind of complex. So when I was checking this game out, I saw tutorials on how to play this game that took like 2 hours to learn how to play this game, but on PC it does everything for you, and you don't have to remember all the rules. It has all the rules built in and all that kind of stuff. So it is very well done like that. It's local play. You have you can play online, you can play other players, you can play your friends, you can play on the same PC, like pass and play. You have different challenges too. There is a lot of challenges and more for each expansion. So they get harder and harder. It's like a whole campaign mode with a ton of challenges. So you're not just playing a basic board game. You have a lot of different challenges that you can do to learn how to play the game better and have something else to do for variety. Basically, the solo play right here with the different factions do different things. Let's show you what this game is like, what the game looks like when you're playing it. So we'll just carry on with probably the last turn, since I'm at 26 for points right now, and that's going to be the end of the game after the next turn. But yeah, this is the board game right here. You have different areas for this game. You can see their victory points for their factions. Each of these, well, there we go for combat. You can see the combat right now. You roll a couple of 3-sided dice, and it's based on the whoever gets the higher rolls. Whoever is attacking gets the higher rolls, unless you're one of the other factions. And the little green faction over there, they get the higher rolls when they're on defensive. Very annoying, very hard to kill these guys. They could be really annoying. But let's go on to more about the different guys right here, like the Vagabond right here. So the Vagabond is a solo character. He's like a hero. He runs around. Each of these villages have they have chests in them that he can open and unlock. I left something open. Take out one of my roosts on me. I wanted to try to show the game up there, but it does the combat automatically. Too bad they don't roll 0-0s. I do that all the time. Yeah, so the Vagabond, like I said, he can go around. He got pretty high in points that round for what he did. He destroyed some of my stuff. But yeah, I'll minimize that. He can go around there to any zones. He can walk into the forest and be invincible, repair his gear. He crafts gear and weapons and equipment and stuff like that. And then he can help out other factions and give them cards, so to speak, and trade for them. So if you want to get some victory points and craft some gear, like this one right here, if I crafted some boots right here, I get a victory point for crafting it. And on the crafting phase, and then he could just go there and trade for that item and then give me a card. So I get a free card out of the deal, and he gets an item that helps him get more action points, so he can build more stuff and move around and do quests and things like that. So that pop up for his. When you're playing him, you see the quest in the different zones. You can see these little chests right here. He can open those up there, and it gives you more areas to build if you're somebody who builds. And that goes on to the builder guys, or the easy ones. We'll talk about this Woodland Alliance next for a rundown of the basic 4 guys, if you want to learn how to play this game, if you want the basics of what this game is like, because understanding how different these guys are. These guys, they take the sympathy in different zones. They take their cards. They can put sympathy in any of the zones. If they have sympathy there, they can just suddenly turn that zone into one of their own zones, and they have to destroy everything in there. So next turn, on his turn right there, he could go in there and just take over this whole zone for himself, destroy all the buildings there, destroy all the units, and then he can start recruiting units from there and having a war, or make more sympathy nearby for his other units, and do the same thing over and over again. And they could be a real pain in the ass, because you move guys into that zone, he gets cards, you use those cards to get more units and everything like that. You attack him, he gets more units, he gets more cards off of it. So you can never really kill these guys. They just can pop up anywhere they feel like it, basically, on the map. And the more more you try to move and attack them, the worse you're off, because they get the defensive rolls too. Very annoying to try and beat and kill. Probably fun to play because you can go around there. Hey, you have a nice army of 5 guys in here. I'm going to take out that whole area and destroy your buildings, and then I take out your victory points, and you can't really take his victory points away from him. But yeah, and then there's the easy guys to play. Well, they're relatively easy and simple for this their style of play. They start off with units and like everywhere on the map. They start off with some free buildings. They're the crafters and builders. They craft like sawmills. They craft workshops so they can craft their cards and make and play them. And then they have recruiters, and they recruit a lot of guys from their pool. Like there's a recruitment pool right there. I got like 11 guys maximum I can recruit for this game for myself. But yeah, he's got a maximum. Then he has a different action point system for himself. He gets like 3 actions. You can discard some of these wild cards. Basically, these bird cards are wild cards, I guess, for all the factions for stuff. They just they count as everything because you can see the different suits right here. So yeah, there's a mouse zone, a mouse zone, and a mouse zone. Then you got some rabbit zones, 4 of each of these zones in this game right here. You need like 3 of them to craft. There's a dominance, a victory supply right here. I could trade one of my cards for dominance. Like I can get 3 rabbit zones right here, so I could go there and trade my rabbit card for dominance, and I could do that and have the 3. If I have those 3 zones at the start of a turn, I could win for another style of winning, I guess, on this game. So yeah, this game goes on like this. They run around the build and combat. Just run around in combat like that. And then we have the bird guys right here. These guys go by decree. There's like 4 different leaders, and then you have your different actions, and you have to do these actions. You have to do them in order. I have to recruit. I have to recruit in those zones. I have to move into those zones. I have to fight in those zones. If I can't do that, I am going to lose. I'm going to lose all my stuff is going to be taken away from me, and I'm going to lose all my victory points. I'll keep my roost, but that still is going to be a pain in the ass, and I have to play cards every single time. Every round I have to play a card, or I'm going to lose my stuff. But so you have to plan your turns out effectively. And then there's all the other units in this game that do stuff like that. So let's carry on with my turn. I have to fight in a zone right here, which means I have to move into that zone. I have to have units in there. So I'm going to recruit more guys or just move more guys. I can go with more movement or recruiting. I have 3 movement things I have to do on this one right here, and that should be okay for movement. For recruiting, 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, let's just add some more for recruits on this, and I got lots of rabbits, so let's keep recruiting more guys and rabbits. I'm gonna run out of guys, so you might not want to do that, but this is the last turn. So I can do that. I can craft some stuff if I want to. I don't feel like it. Time to recruit some warriors. Let's just put them all in the rabbit zone that I can, because this is where I'm gonna attack from. Well, actually, I can't move them over there. I have to move them here to there. So yeah, that should be okay. Either way, we'll just plop down my guys. It would be nice if they actually just dump them all in there and kind of play one there. Got to fill my objectives right here, or you lose. So yeah, I got to move into the rabbit zones and all that kind of fun stuff. So I have to move into here too. So let's take my guys and move them over to here. You guys can go over to there. From this vagabond is hiding out. I got to build somewhere too, or I'm gonna lose. I got 2 more movements. So and I got 2 combats I got to do too, right? So I have to fight twice. We could take care of that guy there. So let's move these guys over here, except for 1. And then we can move these guys over to here and we'll leave 2 behind. That should be good. That should be enough to do that. And now we have to do our fights, and I'm gonna have to fight here in a flock zone, or I lose my objective. That's how challenging it can be. Like, if I can't do this, I'm going to lose my stuff. Like I said, or if you're playing the birds, and they start off with like 6 units and just fly around the map and just kill stuff real fast. So I did the combat there, and now I can take out this vagabond. But I don't want to do that because he might have an ambush and kill my guys off, and I got to build there, and that's the only place I can build right now. So I'll just do a token fight right here and see if I can actually beat this guy. Don't really care. He's not. I didn't care if I killed him or not. So we can get that combat over. So I did my combats. Now I have to do my build. I can build here or there. So I'm gonna build here in this zone again. That's taken over, and then my turn is over. Game over. I got my 4 points. Hit up to 30. That should be the end of the game. I don't know why I'm drawing me cards and stuff like that. Now I got to discard one, so I'll just get rid of a mouse card. And there you go. Yeah, there you go. I had to wait to the end of the turn. So yeah, the victory is over. Yeah, it shows you your victory points at the end, and you're done. And then you'll play a game with a different faction, different play style, especially when you have a whole bunch of other different factions you can choose from when you're playing. You know, there's lots of different guys. There's the lizard cult and the otter guys, or trade company, spy guys, mole guys. You can't play the mechanical guys, unfortunately. I don't even see them as an AI option right here. Maybe there is. Nope. No, I don't know why they had that roll of the robot thing in there. I guess that's just for challenges, I guess. But there you have it. A pretty decent game that you can play Root, for the PC. I'm going to give this like a 7 out of 10 because it is kind of engaging. It is kind of short, and that's about it. It's not the best of game to play. It's a board game after all, but it still is pretty decent and better than the last couple of games I've reviewed on there. I'd rather go back and play this board game on the PC than do some of the other stuff that's out there these days. So yeah, they did a really good job at porting this to the PC. Really easy to play. Tutorial is so easy to follow, and there's going to be lots of play options as you can do for this game at the end of the day. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.